Charlie Ramirez, Jonathan Laraga,
Present.
Romeo Robles, Rafael Munguia,
Present.
Luis Madrigal,
Present.
Andy Castro, Mercedes Guillen, Guadalupe Cano. We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Public testimony, anybody sign up?
No one signed up, Mr. Chairman.
Wait, I need excuses for the absent members.
Mr.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to excuse our absentee
Second.
members.
Second. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Okay, the motion carries. Now, public testimony.
No one signed up, Mr. Chairman.
Nobody signed up, okay. Approval of the minutes of April the 10th, 2023.
Mr. Chairman, I move the minutes of April 10th, 2023.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, the motion carries. Public hearing.
Good evening. My name is Anaisa Licerio, Planner 2 for the City of Pharr. Tonight, I have 2 items for your recommendation. Item number 1, Laura B. Tiscareno, owner, has filed with the Planning and Zoning Commission a request for a change of zone from Heavy Commercial District HC to Townhouse Residential District RTH in order to develop and construct a single-family residence and townhouses as part of a phased development. The subject site is located on the south side of West Minnesota Road, approximately 650 feet west of North Sugar Road, with a physical address within the 1000 block of West Minnesota Road. The property is legally described as being 2 acres more or less out of the north half of Lot 89, Kelly Pharr subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property fronts West Minnesota Road, an 80-foot major collector street which runs east and west with a posted speed limit of 30 miles per hour or less as identified in the City of Pharr's thoroughfare plan. The property is currently zoned Heavy Commercial District HC. The properties to the east and west were annexed on September 19, 1989 and were zoned to Heavy Commercial District HC. The property to the south was zoned to Medium Density Multifamily Residential District R3 on October 19, 2004. The properties to the north were zoned to Agricultural and/or Open Space District AO upon annexation to the City of Pharr on March 6, 1984. There have been no other zoning requests within the general vicinity of the subject property since that time. The property is generally designated for commercial use in the land use plan. The Residential Townhouse District RTH is established to provide adequate space and site diversification for medium density residential development that is single family on separate lots and typically owner occupied. Townhouse development is a low to medium density use, and before zoning to townhouse usage, the increased requirements for street, water, and fire protection, wastewater, drainage, and adequate open space must be met. Townhouse developments must be properly buffered from non-residential uses and protected from high volumes of non-single family traffic or from pollution and/or environmental hazards. 29 letters were mailed out to the surrounding property owners within a 200-foot radius on April 6, 2023, and a legal notice was published in the Advanced News Journal on April 5, 2023. Staff received no response to the letters or the legal notice. Development Services is recommending disapproval of the request to rezone from Heavy Commercial District HC to Townhouse Residential District RTH, as the property is not in line with the future land use plan. Note, the Planning and Zoning Commission considered the request on March 27, 2023. Following discussion, a motion was made to approve the rezoning request. However, the motion failed by a vote 2-2. There were 4 members present and voting. This item will go to City Commission May 1st, 2023. And we do have representation.
Okay, does the applicant have any comments at this time?
I don't know. Good evening, Pablo Soto for the record. I am the project engineer if we get the approval. I'm here to answer any questions. All I can say is that presently to the north is residential, to the south, multifamily, and east, we got a bunch of new residential homes. The property to the west, which is the Victoria Steel, which I guess they operated 20 years ago. It's been vacant for the past, there's no activity right now at the moment. So I'm here to answer any questions if you have any.
No, we don't have any questions.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, this item requires a public hearing. Is there anybody from the affected area signed up to speak on this item?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we'll close the public hearing. Open the item up to board discussion.
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to go to executive session.
Okay, in accordance with section 551.071 to 551.087 of the Texas Government Code, the Pharr Planning and Zoning Commission hereby gives notice that it is convening an executive session to discuss items listed in the public portion of the meeting agenda. The time is now 6:06. Okay, we have returned from executive session. Time is 6:52. We will continue with the board discussion. Any further questions, comments? None? No further discussion? Okay, we'll close the board discussion, open up the floor for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move to disapprove as staff has recommended due to spot zoning for this change of zone.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, the motion carries.
Item number 2, Thomas F. Phillips, owner, has filed with the Planning and Zoning Commission a request for a life of the use conditional use permit to allow a self-storage facility in a General Business District C and Limited Industrial District LI. The property is legally described as being 5.28 acres, more or less, out of Lot 6, Block 5, A.G. McCall subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property's physical address is within the 2400 to 2800 block of North Jackson Road. The property is currently zoned General Business District C and Limited Industrial District LI. The surrounding area is zoned General Business District C and Limited Industrial District LI to the north, Limited Industrial District LI and Residential Multifamily High Density District RMFHD to the east, Residential Multifamily District RMF to the south, and a portion to the west is General Business District C, and the remaining are the city limits. This area is generally designated for commercial and multifamily use in the land use plan. Fire department, code compliance, are pending inspection of the conditional use permit. Development Services recommends approval of the conditional use permit. 3 letters were mailed out to the surrounding property owners within a 300-foot radius on April 6, 2023, and a legal notice was published in the Advanced News Journal on April 5th, 2023. Staff received no response to the letters or to the legal notice. Development Services is recommending approval of the life of the use conditional use permit to allow a self-storage facility in a General Business District C and Limited Industrial District LI, subject to applicant and site being in compliance with all city ordinances and city department requirements. The inspections are pending because it is not in construction. It is vacant land right now. And also note that this item will go to City Commission May 1st, 2023. And we do have recommendation.
Does the applicant have any comments at this time?
Do you have any comments? Just say your name and your address.
Good evening, I'm Thomas Phillips, the owner of the property. Well, our only comment is we'd like to build a storage facility on the property.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas.
There's a lot of apartments out there and they're building a lot more.
Okay, this item
Thank you.
requires a public hearing. Is there anybody signed up from the affected area to speak on this item?
No one in the affected area, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we'll close the public hearing. Open the item up to board discussion. No more discussion. Close the board discussion, open up the floor for a motion.
Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve conditional use permit.
I'll second, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Okay, the motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Laura Fonseca, Planner 1 for the City of Pharr, and I have one item for your recommendation. Meldon and Hunt, Inc., representing Trails on Jackson, LLC, owner has filed with the Planning and Zoning Commission a request for a change of zone from General Business District C to Residential Multifamily High Density District, RMFHD, in order to develop and construct apartments. The subject site is located on the east side of North Jackson Road, approximately 900 feet south of West Minnesota Road, with a physical address of 4800 to 5000 block of North Jackson Road. The property is legally described as being 7.059 acres, more or less, out of lots 1 through 28, Brothers Commerce Center subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property fronts North Jackson Road, a 120-foot to 150-foot principal arterial that runs north and south with a posted speed limit of 40 to 55 miles per hour as identified in the City of Pharr Thoroughfare Plan. The property was rezoned from Agricultural and/or Open Space District, AO, to General Business District, C, on April 1st, 2008. The property to the east is zoned Agricultural and/or Open Space District, AO, since annexed on October 13th, 1989. The portion to the property to the north was rezoned from Agricultural and/or Open Space District, AO, to General Business District, C, on April 1st, 2008. Another portion to the north was rezoned from Agricultural and/or Open Space District, AO, to General Business District, C, on May 12th, 2015. The property to the south was rezoned from Agricultural and/or Open Space District, AO, to General Business District, C, on April 17th, 2023. The property is generally designated for commercial and multifamily residential use in the land use plan. The Residential Multifamily High Density District, RMFHD, is established to provide adequate space and site diversification to medium to high density areas. This may be a zoned for transitional areas developed for single family usage, but because of the need for rehabilitation or changes in the character of the neighborhood are now deemed suitable for some multifamily development. This zone allows medium to high density developments and should be located where additional requirements for streets, water and fire protection, wastewater, drainage, and adequate open space shall be met. RMFHD uses should not run traffic over long distances or single family residential sized streets or neighborhoods and should be located close to arterials or collectors capable of carrying the additional traffic. Multifamily developments are not a buffer between single family and commercial use and should be protected, properly buffered from non-residential land uses and traffic, or from pollution and environmental hazards. 6 letters were mailed out to the surrounding property owners on April 6, 2023, and legal notices was published in the Advance News Journal on April 5th, 2023. Staff received no response to the letters or the legal notices. Development Services is recommending disapproval of the request to rezone from General Business District C to Residential Multifamily High Density District, RMFHD, as the majority of the property is not in line with a future use plan. Yes. And we do have representation for this item.
Applicant have any comments at this time?
I do. Good afternoon, or good evening now. Planning and Zoning Chairman, members of the Commission. My name is Mario Reina. I'm a principal with Northern Hunt, project engineer. So kind of when you take a step back and you look at kind of the development trend, I know this isn't in line with the future land use map, but when you look at the development trend along this road from Eldora to Minnesota, I think what you'll see is on both sides, both the Pharr and the McAllen side, the trend is to multifamily. You have mostly multifamily, either fourplexes or high density uses like this. Up and down this roadway. And so when you're looking at our particular tract of land, it doesn't really lend itself for commercial uses. This was platted and it was actually paved parking lot and all that many years ago, and it never really took off. The site's more depth than in frontage, so it doesn't really lend itself for commercial usage. a little bit about what we're trying to do. I don't know, in the packet, do we have pictures? But, there's pictures in your packet of what we're attempting to do here, but it's gonna be a high-end development, 180 units. 70% of them will be one bedroom, one bath. So we're catering to more, the traveling doctors, traveling nurses. The development cost, we got bids in last week, is gonna be $24 million to construct this. And so when you look at what we're doing here, we have a lot of amenities. We have pickleball, basketball courts, pools, a lot of amenities driven. So I think it'll be the nicest complex in the city of Pharr. Happy to answer any questions you might have.
I had a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Lot 1 there that's fronting Jackson, is that something you're carving out for commercial use, or is that just parking there for the apartments?
Basically, we're in the process of completing a vacate and replat, where we're vacating all of these lots, and we're replatting it to one lot only. So it'll be, the entire development will take up this entire tract of land.
It won't have any commercial buffering the apartments to Jackson?
No, sir.
Okay. Thanks, Mario.
Yes, sir. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll close the public hearing, open up the item to board discussion. No discussion, we'll close the board discussion, open up the floor for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I want to make a motion to approve the request to change for a multifamily residential high-density district.
I'll second that,
Okay.
only because it's not completely different than the neighboring zones.
Correct.
Thank you, gentlemen. And just to note, this item will go before City Commission on Monday, May 1st, 2023 at 4 p.m.
We gotta vote, right?
Okay, we need to vote.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's just giving a comment.
Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Aye. Okay, the
Thank you.
motion carries.
Thanks, Mario.
Good evening, Commissioners. For the record, my name is Heriberto Martinez, Planner 2 for the City of Pharr. Tonight, we only have one item before your recommendation. Applicant HAP Engineering representing Mr. Phil Dyer, manager of Capote Farms at GP LLC, is requesting final plat approval of the proposed Capote International Business Park Phase 6, lots 1 and 2 subdivision. The property is legally described as being a 19.522 acres out of lots 3, 4 of the Klausner subdivision for Hidalgo County, Texas. The property is located within the 1000 block of East Capote Center Avenue. The property is currently zoned Limited Industrial District, LI. The adjacent zones are Agricultural Open Space District, AO, and Limited Industrial District, LI, to the north. Limited Industrial District, LI, to the south and west, and city limits to the east. The property is designated for industrial use in the land use plan. Property proposed use, warehouses, variances, none requested. Development Services recommends final plat approval of the proposed Capote International Business Park Phase 6, lots 1 and 2, subdivision, subject to the following conditions set before you. Also, this meeting will go before the City Commission meeting of May the 1st, 2023 at 4 p.m. And just for the record, we do have representation in the audience.
Okay, this item does not require a public hearing, so we'll go ahead and open up the board discussion. No discussion? Okay, we'll close the board discussion, open up the floor for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve, Chairman.
I'll second, Mr. Chairman.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Announcements and other business?
Good evening. I'd just like to take this time to welcome our newest appointed board member, Ms. Mercedes Guillen. She was appointed by the City Commission at our last meeting as an alternate Planning and Zoning Commission member.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, there's only one left, adjournment.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
You have something? Oh, okay. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign.
In honor of
Okay,
Mr.
motion
Robles.
carries.
I know.
Thank you. We are adjourned.